men can be surprisingly fussy.
Compared to women. Oh my gosh, I can't believe.
They're gone more fussy as the years have gone on. They're very fashion focused now. They're very particular about what they want, the style they want, the shape they want, the fit they want. So yeah, men have become, I suppose, more interested in fashion.
At the moment. Welcome back to my podcast. I'm Tanya Corless, and today we're talking about the wedding crush. And I have a fabulous guest who works in Dorian Black. Mary Finn.
Hi, Tanya.
Mary, tell a little bit about yourself. So you're working there in Dorian Black, okay? Yeah. And Dorian Black, it's an old shop as far as I know. It's located in the heart of Dublin, close to the Grafton Street.
Yeah. So Dorian Black is 15 years old now. The owners, Kathy and Frank, are in the business a long time. So they're in the suiting industry about 30, 35 years. They used to sell suits wholesale to many different menswear shops around the country. Okay. And then they decided to branch out and open their own store. So we now have two stores. We've the one in Anne's Lane and we've the one in Balbriggan.
Okay, fantastic. And you're working there as an area manager?
Yes, so I'm area manager. So I suppose I wear many hats through the day. So I could be selling, I could be doing rosters, looking after HR, looking after buying, looking after wedding appointments. So it's a very, very varied role and no day is the same.
Okay. Now we're in a high season of the weddings, okay? And is a client coming every day? Mostly men, obviously.
Yes.
And they come in by themselves or they prefer to bring the future wife?
So for the first appointments we do with the grooms, we generally recommend that they bring their fiancé because she might have a different vision. She might have all her Pinterest boards.
It's important.
She might have her colour ideas and stuff like that. So we normally recommend bring the fiancé along and then to kind of, we go through the process, what kind of colours they're looking for, what colour their bridesmaids are, and try and put their vision together. And then the poor groom, bless him, we dress him in 3 or 4 different outfits. And
okay, and then give him a vision for themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, and how men are fussy?
Men can be surprisingly fussy.
Compared to women. Oh my gosh, I can't believe.
They're gone more fussy as the years have gone on. They're very fashion focused now. They're very particular about what they want, the style they want, the shape they want, the fit they want. So yeah, men have become, I suppose, more interested in fashion.
At the moment. Okay, so give just an example. For example, the groom came with the bride.
Yeah.
So bride has one vision, but groom very in fashion nowadays. So how they can find the good conclusion for the both, working for the both? Is it complicated or it's easy sorted?
It can be easily sorted. You need to watch out for cues. So when she's talking about the colours and when you're asking them what kind of wedding they're having and stuff like that. And then I suppose be suggestive to them. I'll give you an example. I had a groom at Christmas, and if he's watching this, I'll be shocked. But his wife-to-be had rang me up and said, this is what I would like him to wear. Mm-hmm. And he's having none of it. So he came into his appointment. We dressed him in what he wanted.
Okay.
And then I was like, can we just throw a wild card in? Please put this on and see what you think of it. And he came out to his groomsmen and they were all like, oh my God, that's your suit. So he ended up wearing what she wanted without knowing it was what she wanted.
That is actually a great trick, by the way.
Yeah.
And everybody happy, no scandal or pussy faces.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a 2024 wedding season, okay? Yes. So what is the trendy now in talk about the wedding?
So black tie is still huge this year. So velvet jackets, velvet bows, there's an awful lot of castle and house weddings rather than going with the hotels. There seems to be a huge trend on the whole country house feel. so they want to dress accordingly, or else they want to go to the tweed side. So we've Celtic tweed within our store as well, which is...
You remember that it's
yeah. So that's part of our company. All of the tweed is made in Balbriggan, so we can do full made-to-measure suits in that. So that very Lord of the Manor, beautiful three-piece tweed
style.
suit.
Yeah, fantastic.
So they'd be two very key trends, and a lot
nowadays.
Yeah. And then a lot of grooms, they're liking the pops of colours, so the burgundy suits, the khaki suits.
I like it too.
Yeah,
but it depends what it's for.
Yeah, so it works well then when you're putting your groomsmen maybe in all navy beside you or all grey beside you, but the groom stands out as the groom on the day because he looks different to his groomsmen.
Okay, so when groom try to find the outfit for groom man, so the best man especially, so it has to be match or it should be
no
different color. It's depend of the person, depend of their own vision.
Yeah, it depends on their vision. Years ago, you would have always seen very coordinated groom and groomsman, whereas now you might have the groom, say, in a burgundy suit. You might have his groomsmen paired in a navy with him. You might have the two dads maybe in a different tone in navy, or do you know what I mean? So there's no hard and fast rules anymore.
Okay.
It's really about what
how
they
you
feel
want.
comfortable in.
Okay.
Yeah.
When they come, they probably have a budget.
Yes.
And I think it's a very kind of a scary moment because you want things what could be cost more expensive that you can afford or something. How can you give examples to explain more about that? How it look like, how the budget works for the groom?
So we do quite a few wedding packages. So if you've somebody that's kind of on the fence and they might come in and say, I've $2,000 to dress 4 people, you know what I mean? That's very achievable to get their full look, shoes, shirt, tie, pocket square, their suit for that. So it's about picking the suits within their budget. Like, there's no point in showing them
more
€500 suits, like if that's not going to be within their budget. So again, you're looking out for cues. You're really trying to kind of offer them the best value. Like we give free shirts to wedding parties. Yeah.
Oh, you're so good doing that. Like a contribution.
It is though. Like when you take your free shirts and you're giving them, say, a free leg to pain, like that's €300 savings. So you can.
It's a lot, to be honest.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a good savings. Yeah.
Yeah. So
because they could spend this money for decoration, even for, I don't know, for something after.
Yeah, or it could be the difference in them having 3 groomsmen or 4. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, actually, I didn't think about that. Actually, oh, the bride can spend something more for herself. That could happen too.
Yeah, and then,
I know what you mean. Yeah,
then they could be looking for hire options. So again, like, you can hire a 3-piece suit for €150. You get a brand new shirt, you get your tie, pocket square, your suit. And then when you add on shoes, so for each member of the party, it's costing you, say, €230 to dress them.
Okay.
Which is quite reasonable. So you could dress, say, 4 groomsmen for your €1,000, and then the groom would opt to buy for himself. So it gives him more flexibility and more money in his pocket to dress what he wants to be dressed as.
That is brilliant. So you help them even give free gifts and you look after the budget. It would be one of the first questions that you would ask them, what's your budget? To understood so what you can offer them, what is not really bother to look. But did you come across any situation like the groom came and said, okay, we budget have, just randomly send 500. And then you said, okay, we have blah, blah, blah for 200-300, maybe even 500 something to offer him. But nicest suit he catch up in the corner, says, oh my God, I love that one. And it will be over the budget. So how groom are they dealing with this, or they will stick with more strictly with
if they really, really like it, they will potentially push their boundaries. Because when they come in, they're usually in, could be 3-4 months before their wedding, could be 6 months before their wedding. So like when we're booking a wedding, we don't require them to pay in full. So they can pay a third deposit, and third again, and a third on collection. So you're giving them, I suppose, the affordability and the opportunity to save that little bit more. Or
And then just more, you feel more flexible, or say, more comfort, less pressure, because you're already under the pressure.
Yeah.
With all organization, listen, the bride watches want to make sure you be much.
Yeah. So like they have the opportunity to split their bill, and it gives them longer to. They might need to save an extra few €100 or that, but it gives them the opportunity to do that.
Fantastic. Can you explain what is trendy? Not only about the outfit, talk about the weddings, okay? So what is nowadays, because I believe groom talk about this too. They share the experience, they tell you what they maybe order, what they're planning from based on that. So what is trendy now? If they try to go organize wedding, what they talk about, what they nowadays about them.
So we're seeing more and more bridesmaids wearing alternative colours. So it could be a case of this is our colour palette. Okay. So it could be nice, all nice pastels or that. So they might have 4 bridesmaids, but in completely different colours. And again, you're coordinating, say, the ties to match each of the bridesmaids and that. So definitely seeing a kind of a trend that way. Seen a trend of a lot of people getting married on site now. So they're getting married in the castles and in the hotels rather than the big church weddings. Another trend that we're seeing more and more lately, and it kind of ties in with the groom and groomsmen, is you're now getting... instead of a pocket square, you're getting the line of flowers. So they sit into they sit into the pocket. So again, that's
kind of new things has happened.
It's new for us. We're seeing it more and more, because it would have always been your little buttonhole, but now they're going with extravagant flowers in the pockets. Yeah,
this look interesting. So tell more about the business you involved, right? You and area manager for those shops, and how the business going, I presume very well, to be honest. Yeah. And but how, as being a manager, to run and promote this business, how be influencer, because you are influencer. When you have people over, you try to show them what not just you try to dress them look nice, suit for them, and look trendy.
So I suppose in the last 6 months in the last year we were part of Weddings Online, and we're part of them again this year. Fantastic. So we won the Groomswear Supplier of the Year for 2024.
Well done.
So
we have a star here.
So that's a huge achievement to get that, because you're up against everybody in the country. So to be recognised as that, I suppose... We've taken on board a digital marketing person for the Dorian Black Suits. So they're very active in what we're doing on Instagram and on Facebook now, linking with businesses, colleges, really putting us out there. Because I suppose everybody's looking at their phone these days and everything is digital. So moving along with that, then... Pre-Christmas, Brian Redmond from Dancing with the Stars was in with me.
Okay.
So I had dressed him for the whole series of Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, interesting.
So every look he had on for the duration, he'd been into me. We'd got him suited and booted, and he looked amazing for
this kind of a purpose. Yeah, well done.
And it was a combination of looks. So like you had all your black tie looks, you had tweed looks, you had suit looks. So every week it was a different trend depending on the theme of the show. So it that was great exposure as well.
That's
so
fantastic.
Yeah. So you're always kind of looking for
opportunities
something to put yourself out there.
Okay. Yeah. Guys, I will be honest, and I would love to say thank you very much for Dorian Black, for Mary and her colleague Sophia, to look after my son. So to look after my son when I'm being away to get the proper suit for his graduation. Honestly, thank you very much. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be around, but he was amazed, and I was amazed about the experience I had with you at the time, because you look after, you make him feel special. He came... Well, my mom, it was fantastic. We tried. Yes, I was so tired. He told me, I'm not used to I'm not get used to with all that. I would never get used to it. But I was amazed. I was so far away, but how you coordinate me and him over the phone and give advice and put your own vision for the even future, the way how he grow up, maybe change a little bit, not have the suit for only one of go. And honestly, it was absolutely amazing experience, and it was brilliant. My son was happy, I was happy, and he was look stunning. Got so many compliments. Everybody just said, we impressed of you. And I'm impressed of you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And you know what I noticed from my experience, again, with you at that time when I was there, some men have problem with the neck. And we've heard the trick out of it.
Yeah, my little trick.
Yeah, little trick. I never knew you have, this is extender, whatever it's called, a little yoke. Unfortunately, we didn't have to show you guys, but it thinks, man, if you have issue with the neck, because the shirt's sitting perfectly, but neck little bit tight on you. Neri, what you'll recommend?
We have a little shirt extender, which I suppose if there's any women watching, they'd be quite akin to this if they're wearing maternity clothes. It hooks onto one button and it gives you a false button. So it extends the neck by about 1/2 inch. And again, you're not compromising on the fit of the shirt in the body and the sleeves then. Yeah, yeah.
I was amazed when I saw this, to be honest. Oh my God, this is sort out.
Yeah.
Because my man always complained, too tight.
Yeah, he loved it.
Yes. And he loved wearing the dicky or whatever. But sometimes actually doesn't matter if you go on to any occasion or you are working in the office where you're supposed to be half the tie every day and it's a little bit too tight. Yeah. This would be option for you to make you feel comfortable. Yeah. Because it gives you flexibility.
Yeah, it gives great flexibility. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. And tell me more about the cufflinks called.
Yeah, so there's a huge selection of cufflinks.
And now the trendy, it's always been trendy.
I suppose the fashion cufflinks are quite trendy now. People want cufflinks to coordinate with their suits, to coordinate with their jewellery if they're wearing like silver or gold.
It has to be matched,
Yeah, so they want them to match. And again, it's just a little detail that elevates the suit and kind of...
I love it, to be honest. Yeah. Myself. And dicky boy, it's still popular that much as before, or it's less popular and people try to go for the tie?
We would see a lot of the younger lads for debs and graduations wishing to wear ties because they're coordinating with the ladies. So they like a nice, say, plain red satin tie or silver, like
something plain, not
something
just
plain. But yeah, dicky bows will always be a winner, like from velvet bows to regular bows.
Give you, oh my God, look, you're worth $100 million.
Yeah. Like again, we had a wedding there 2 weeks ago and the groomsmen were all in tuxes and they actually had silver ties on instead of dicky bows.
Okay.
So, and it looked fabulous. They had beautiful grey waistcoats, silver ties, their black tux jacket, trousers. And again, it's just a slightly different spin on a look.
But it still look fabulous.
Yeah, and we're seeing a huge resurgence of cummerbunds this year. So I think there was a few worn at the Met Gala and maybe at the Oscars and that. So cummerbunds are making a huge comeback this year. You know what I'm saying, with your satin band.
I love it actually to look, give you like your officer, something like again, military kind of a style, but look sexy.
Yeah, again, it does. It looks very smart and very sexy. And your frill shirt and your cummerbund and, you know.
Would you say it's a statement like a rules? If you go on at anybody wedding, you need to understand, ask them what type of suit, color, of the bride's best man, groom, and the bridesmaid.
Yeah.
So you need to know what they're wearing to make sure you wouldn't come in the same color. That's correct.
Oh, yeah.
That is the rules of the rules.
Yeah, like, because obviously we're well known within the city, we'd often have gentlemen coming in and they'd be like, oh, I'm going to a wedding at the weekend or I'm going to a wedding in 2 weeks. And you'd be like, oh, whose wedding are you going to? And they might say, oh, we're going to Joe Bloggs' wedding. well, actually, we're after doing his suits. So
Okay,
he's wearing these and his groomsmen are wearing these. So
try to go for different.
we'll put you in something else. Or they might come in and say, oh, you're doing my friend's wedding. And you'll be like, okay, what's your friend's name? Okay, he's wearing that. And straight away, you put him in something different. Again, it's just out of respect for the bride and groom.
For the wedding. Yeah, I agree about that. So it's the same rules for man or woman. If you're going again for somebody's wedding, make sure you will be wearing some different type of color of the dress or suit, not mixed up with the main people at this ceremony.
Yeah.
Because nowadays, I think people, from my experience, don't think much about their outfits. Sometimes I'm feeling like they will be wearing whatever they have in wardrobe. They don't put some effort that much. I'm not talking about the ceremony when you represent yourself. I'm talking about like if you sometimes going somewhere and like balls or something. I don't see everyone who is attending such places, such ceremonies, wearing appropriate clothes. That's my point. And what age group? It's actually youngish.
I would say
it's my experience.
Yeah, the under 30s are more comfortable in wearing what they want when they want. I suppose I would have been of a generation whereby...
The same as me.
You know, not that there was rules, but...
It's the manners.
Yeah, that, you know, like I was invited to a thing a few weeks ago and I was kind of going Saturday night glam. I had picked out a nice outfit. Saturday night glam was what I had thought. Okay. And then I got a text message on the Wednesday saying, hope everybody's looking forward to it. Don't forget, it's formal, but not black tie. So straight away, I was like, oh, what am I going to wear? Because the dress, I had a nice leather dress in my head and accessorize it. And I'm kind of going, that's very Saturday night glam. To me, it's not formal. Do you know what I mean?
No, yes,
So obviously that threw me into a spin 3 days before trying to pick an alternative outfit. And obviously, I don't know, had you seen some of the photos? I wore a beautiful green dress instead. And it was very
glamorous. Because you look so fab, to be honest.
It looked very glamorous. But yeah, like...
I know what you mean. So it wouldn't be, It's like my experience as well. A few years ago, we've been involved in some ceremony ball in Galway University. When my husband told me, so it's a ball. I said, oh my God, dress.
To me, yes.
I find fabulous dress. In my point of view, it's the ball for the ball. This is kind of ceremony. But when I came there, I met so many fabulous people there, to be honest, so many women and men who dressed up properly. But some of them, compared to them, I was feeling I was a little bit overdressed because they came, then I understood that. I came for the ball.
Yeah.
They came, the most of them came for ceremony. And when you came for the ceremony, you wouldn't be put that much. It's not about effort, it's about... they wouldn't think the dress has to be that much, how to say, flashing off, I would call it this way. Yeah. Because it's for them in their head, it's a slightly different purpose. When for me as a guest, I'm on the ball.
They're picking dresses that you potentially would maybe wear to a wedding or wear to something nice. Whereas to me, whereas to me, a ball, like when we went to the Weddings Online awards down in the Lyrath, like it's a ball. So I had a beautiful long blue dress.
That's what I was thinking myself. Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's anyway. So all people have different vision, different opportunities. Some people even don't think it has to be one another way. But I think nowadays we need to teach our new generation, even my son age was 1920s. So that's, if you have occasion, you have to wear proper clothes. You can't wear the same clothes when you go into the shop, you go into the, evening. Sometimes it's okay on a casual base. I'm talking about occasion. I'm talking about if it's a birthday party, big birthday party. I'm talking about the wedding. I'm talking about any graduation celebration. It has to be proper clothes for proper occasion. You don't let yourself down, feel like, or regret after. Is it correct?
Yeah.
You need to explain them. Maybe you need to open school courses.
No, but it's the same when you're dressing gents in store and you're trying to explain to them, you leave your jacket open to show off your waistcoat, you know.
I love this too.
And you're explaining the rules to them, like the why. Like, we're not just pinning your trousers at this length because that's where we want to pin it. We're pinning it because we know that will look good on you. The same with your jacket sleeves. You know, you're leaving your jacket open. Like, we're dressing you, like we'll always say to the guys as well, do you know how to do ties? And they'll be like, oh, I'm a bit ropey. So when we've wedding parties going out, we will have everybody's tie made up over their hanger with their suit. So all they have to do the morning is push it up on them. And again, it's the little things, because we see so many photos then of weddings where they're shared back to us.
Yeah.
And you're like going, oh, you know, you should have just shimmied that, or, you know, tucked in the shirt.
Yeah.
You know, just the little, I don't know, sloppy.
Yes,
yeah.
But it's still kind of, these little things make a huge difference of the whole look.
Yeah.
After.
Yeah, the little finesse, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm forever saying it, and you'll get groomsmen saying it to you going, oh, you know, will you come to my wedding in the morning and dress us all? Like, I think there's an industry there to be a groom and groomsman dresser the morning of the weddings, to just go in and line them all up and fix their ties and fix their shirts. And
oh my God. And another question I have to ask you, that those people who celebrity came to your shop, you dressed them up, and would you ask them for the favor when they, for example, posted something on Instagram or any social media to tag you? And would you offer as a deal, or just basically on human being, just if you don't mind to give a favor or compliment our shop, that's tag us on your whatever social media?
Well, we'd normally say to them, they'd be like, oh, thanks very much, you were so helpful, you did. And we'd be like, well, if you'd like to let Google know how helpful we were. And I suppose if you go onto the Google reviews, you will see all the grooms and customers that will turn around and say thanks. And like, when you're talking to gents and you're kind of, especially if they're in a computer industry or marketing side, they understand the importance of having your good Google reviews, and you know, people do look at them, and where we're tucked away off Anne's Lane, you know, people rely on Google to find us.
That's true. That's big time by nowadays. Yeah,
like we did a gentleman a couple of weeks ago who was stopping in Ireland for 2 days on his way to Amsterdam for his wedding from America, and he thought he'd get his suit in Dublin. And he found us on Google, and he was like, I have to come in and see who this Mary and Sophia are. And he went off with his suit to get married in a week later. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant experience, by the way. So, and how do you collaborate with other ones? For example, some companies who are providing, the wedding organizer, wedding
coordinators.
Which would be called coordinator. Yeah, okay, wedding coordinator. How do you collaborate with a wedding coordinator? Or you don't collaborate with them at all?
We don't link with them at all. We will link with their photographers that send us true photos. And then obviously we thank them for giving us the photos to use as well. So they will share them, they will tag us, we share them, we tag them. So again, you're looking after each other in the industry, and
that's brilliant, because I was always wondering how people sometimes, of course, people talking or Google help. No matter where you are, you have a phone, you have Google. But sometimes it's easy if somebody recommends you. It's easy, especially when you work in the same industry. That's okay. I'm waiting. Wedding coordinator, wedding coordinator, and I know a shop they will help you to find lovely suits, or I know it's kind of easier to when this person direct the groom and bride to particular give list maybe of the shops, list of the videographer, photographer, or somebody else. It's easy for groom and brides to pick the right places because they already have a good reputation and only find their own privilege, whatever their taste or something, whatever depends.
Yeah. So you have all the hotels around the city here. So we'd get quite a few tourists into us. Again, more so for the tweed, but we will get gentlemen or businessmen in looking for black tie hires.
Okay.
They might be at an event in Dublin just for the weekend. And we're part of the Le Clé d'Or. We're a business affiliate. So Le Clé d'Or have all the big hotels in the city. And because we're a business affiliate, the concierges will say to them, oh, go around to Dorian Black. They look after you. I know where to go to. You know what I mean?
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Or the customer then may leave their suit with the concierge that we nip around and collect it after.
That is brilliant. That is not fantastic because I believe when you collaborate like that with people, doesn't matter where, so it help you not just to build even the business, of course, for the business, but just for your own reputation from the points that you feel yourself valuable.
Yeah.
That I think is a part of the very important whatever you work in, whatever you're doing. So, okay, let's say next. In your shop, people can find any type of suit, any type of shoes, dickibo, ties, cufflinks. What else there?
Shirts, dress shirts.
So anything for any occasion they're able to find. Plus you do alteration to make sure it will be fit perfectly and done and the way the clients wanted. Okay. And give advice for people because again, nowadays people maybe not always understood how to wear with what. For example, if the person wearing the black trousers, what color of the socks should be?
Black.
Only black. If it's a blue?
Depends on the shoe.
Black shoes?
Black sock.
Okay. If it's a creamy color?
And they're wearing a brown shoe, I would say a creamy colour sock.
Has to be. Basically, the socks most of the time has to be matched the color of your trousers. This would be more kind of rules you have to stick with. Not.
Yeah, it just gives a clean line because when somebody's walking, obviously the bottom of your trousers move slightly.
Or sit down.
Yeah. So you can go for nice funky socks, like
it's
something like
kind of
something like a swole panda sock with little characters or flowers or whatever. A little bit of fun. But as a rule, no, you tend to kind of match your socks to your suit to give you a nice crisp.
And look, because you need to always remember whatever you're wearing, you will have the photos taken after, video probably. People will look at you and don't let yourself down and regret after when you will look at the picture and say, oh my God, how I was able to wear these socks or how I was wearing the cufflinks or the tie that didn't match of my all outfit just because I like that, but I didn't listen to the advice. Yeah. And put on this, it's so many regrets could happen after. So make sure you'll think in advance about everything, every single detail that you will put together because all the small details make the look fabulous.
They do. It's the little things that pull a look together.
Yeah.
It really is.
That's brilliant. Yeah. Fantastic. Mary, thank you very much. I had a lovely talk. Thank you. I'm so delighted to see you.
Thanks for inviting me.
I hope we'll be meet again. Yeah. And I think it would be a great idea to just bring photographer or whatever in your shop and you'll be show those examples. Yeah. Because we just talk about that and would be nice just to show them and how they could look like, how they can be put all together. Just an idea. Yeah. I know you have a website and everybody can find all that, but this little tricks like a little extender or the cufflinks way how they have to fit. And I think this is things.
How to tie a tie, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, how to tie the tie. This is absolutely. Yeah. Or how the little square has to be fit in and how you can fold it, because, for example, people wouldn't know that stick out, it's fine. But it's technique.
Yeah, because they're all the little things we do without even thinking. Like,
exactly, automatically. People wouldn't have a clue, and they believe it just to put something sticked out is do the same job, but unfortunately not.
Yeah.
Thank you very much again.
No problem at all.
Have a good day. Thank you very much. Stay with us, and we get so many stories. And later.